I'm about to go through a full backtesting session on gold, 5-minute time frame using a random bar. Even if you don't know my strategy, you can still pick up a few things by watching the video and learn something. I have a really good feeling about this. This is going to be really good. So stick around to the end and let's get straight into the video. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to maximize my risk reward. So I'm going to do 1 to 3 risk reward on per trade. And I'm going to be backtesting as long as I take a losing trade. So let me just go on a random bar replay mode, as you can see, and I'm just going to start backtesting until I take a losing trade. So let's see how long I can keep this up. Alright, so we actually did have a setup right here, but it's not actually something I would look for just because liquidity is just not ideal. Alright, so unfortunately I went a bit too fast, but there was actually a really clean setup here. Unfortunately, yeah, I did skip it. Wait, I need to change these colors real quick. Unfortunately, I did skip it a bit too fast, so technically I missed this, but I'm still going to count this. So as you can see, a 1 to 3 risk to reward trades. We could have also taken a flip entry, so I'm going to put it as a flip here and target it a 1 to 3 risk to reward. And that was just hit within like 15 minutes. Insane. So most of you already know that I trade liquidity with supply and demands with liquidity. So if you're interested in this kind of strategy, then you can watch my other videos. And if you're new to this, then you can also watch this video, maybe learn a few things. But if you're totally new to this, you can go watch my other videos because I explain it really good. Right now, I'm just going to go over just a backtesting session. So I'm not going to go into explaining the actual strategy. Looks like I picked a pretty dead kind of period. It's not a lot of trades going on. Alright, well, we did have this demand zone right here, but this is probably news, which actually just ruined it. So, I mean, even if this trade wasn't news, it's still valid. As you can see, there's a zone down over here. You could consider this candle as a one kind of liquidity just because it has some kind of structure. This is a bit too far anyways. You could have taken a flip entry, but I'm pretty sure this was news, so no entry here anyways. Yeah, we had a trade right here. It is pretty good trade. Liquidity is a bit too far, but you can still consider it valid to be fair. And obviously I skipped it a bit too fast because I wasn't expecting this liquidity to be valid, but it's not actually that bad. You can also draw it out as a normal zone as well, so this looks actually pretty okay. So on this trade, just a flip entry right here, stop loss just at the wick, and another 1 to 3 win here. Sorry for skipping these trades a bit too fast. I should probably start going slower. But as you can see, we also have this demand zone here as well. Well, this is not the best to be honest, but I'm probably still considering this to be honest, just because as you can see, a flip entry right here. This is my stop loss. It's coming from a supply zone, which I don't like, but it's still kind of valid. I definitely wouldn't want to go for a 1 to 3 on this trade, but since I already made this rule that I'll go for 1 to 3s, let's see what happens here. And also, I will go break even at some point as well. So I'm definitely okay. Well, I was about to say I'm definitely break even now, but I guess that 1 to 3 just hit crazy. Back-to-back trades as well. There was a setup right here. If you were just considering, actually never mind, it went through the zone. Did not see that, my bad. I believe this trade closed inside the zone. Yep, it closed inside the zone as you can see, so would not take this trade. And even if it didn't close inside the zone, it just doesn't look the greatest trade to be fair. I mean, looking at how small this trade is, it's just liquidity is a bit too far. And also, sometimes I do mark the zone out like this on gold especially. So yeah, it's just not a trade I would be looking for. Fortunately, just tapped right through this zone, otherwise it will be a really okay, decent looking zone. Well, that just went through the zone, I believe, so that's invalid now. Alright, so I have this setup right here. I'm just gonna draw it out normally, to be honest. It's nice setup. Wait, oh, I just realized I've been backtesting just the previous month, but I'm still gonna continue. I just remember this trade. I think I did actually take this trade live myself, and well, I already know what's gonna happen here. I pretty much remember it perfectly. Well, after what happens here, like after this trade, I won't remember anything. So it's still gonna be a legit backtesting session. But on this trade, I'm gonna go from 1 to 3, just over here, and of course, break evens are available too. So yeah, would have gone probably break even over here already, to be honest, at a 1 to 2. But actually, I'm not too sure if it actually ran all the way to this kind of demand zone area. Yeah, well, it didn't, but would have been a break-even trade anyways. And of course, even if I didn't go break-even at this point, I would definitely go break-even at kind of this point already, just because, I mean, look at this trade. It already basically had the move over here, so it's most likely just going to go to the upside. Actually, once I'm already here, I can actually just go to a new bar replay mode because I don't want to be backtesting just the previous month. So let me just check this. Yeah, I believe this is okay time. April 2025. Definitely wasn't trading this time, I believe. Or if I was, I definitely would not remember it. So I'm just going to continue from here, if that's alright. Alright, we did actually have a setup over here, and that is actually a kind of a valid trade because this one candle liquidity had like a small kind of like fake out, so you could have taken this trade, but also break even right here. This even looks like news, and as you can see, crazy momentum out of nowhere. Maybe this did hit a 1 to 3, I'm not even sure. Yep, definitely did not hit that 1 to 3, and also, I mean, we're looking for a big retracement anyway, so I'm not even sure if I would take this alive, because as you can see, markets don't move in a straight line. We're looking for a retracement soon, but since it's only a 1 to 3 risk reward, it's something I would most likely take, but also a break-even trade. Usually go break-evens at a 1 to 1 or a 1 to 5, 1 to 1.5, and definitely, even if it didn't hit this 1 to 1.5 trade, I mean, it's stopped, didn't take out this high, then started moving bearish very much, so I probably would have at least gone break even at this point. And definitely after all this momentum came in, definitely would have gone break even on this trade too. So for now on, I've pretty much hit 3 wins, I believe, and 2 break evens, so no loss yet, but let's see, because I don't want to be sitting here all day. But like I said, I'm going to be backtesting until I take a loss, so let's see how long I can hold on. Alright, as I was talking, there's a setup right here. Break of candle entry right here. This is like, yeah, it's a nice trade, to be honest. It's pretty okay. Now 1 to 3 risk to reward. Yeah, this is what I'm not liking at all. I mean, in the live markets, I wouldn't go from 1 to 3 here, but like I said, rules are rules. So this is what it looks like. I mean, you could also have stop loss just like in the middle here, just because it came really deep. But 1 to 3 here, let's see if it hits. Definitely not. Definitely break evens on the table as well. So at this point, I am definitely break even. Also, we have reached this supply zone as well. There's all these fair value gaps, so definitely break even at this point, but hopefully we can win this. Yeah, so I believe it didn't, yeah, it did not hit the break even point yet, so we're still in the trade. Wow, well that's just unlucky. I mean, not unlucky, I meant lucky, but like you would be unlucky if you were in the live markets and you got stopped out for spreads on the break even point. But that still counts as a win since we're only backtesting, and there's another 1-3 win. Alright, so we had a setup right here. As you know, we're extremely bullish, but trend doesn't really matter on the 5-minute time frame. But to be honest, I still wouldn't take this trade. I just don't like it personally. Like this movement, say it is liquidity, but just from my own experience, I'm not really liking it. Also kind of coming from this normal demand zone area, and also even though on the 5-minute time frame trend doesn't really matter, I still wouldn't be like taking longs in this kind of bullish run. So I'm going to be avoiding this trade for sure. As you can see, the same reason I would not take this trade right here, same reason as I wouldn't take that trade. That was a pretty big news drop, but I think we reached this zone. Depending on the reaction, let's see. Yeah, I mean, this is a nice trade, I'm not gonna lie, but what makes this trade bad is just reactive from the news. But probably still considering this trade, I mean, reaction is just incredible. Maybe not would have taken a break of candle here. So basically entry not even given. I mean, I would not risk taking a break of candle here. I mean, as you can see, random just news drop. Otherwise, this trade is basically A+. I mean, as good as it gets, but this news drop and also these two candles on the 5-minute probably would not take this kind of trade. But if I would have taken this trade, let's see if it, I mean, break of candle definitely would take this trade, but just not worth the risk to me. As you can see, I wouldn't want to take a trade like this, of course, having an entry right here. I mean, this is just insane. I mean, this is probably still here, I bet. Like, we're still really bullish, but I would not take something like this. But a 1 to 3 was probably hit already if you took a break of candle here. Yeah, like I said, it's gonna hit anyways, but not a trade I took, so I'm not gonna count it as a win here. So let's just continue. Yeah, so we had two setups here. I mean, this is not what I would like to take. One candle liquidity, it's not the best. And I believe this is already tapped. Yep, that zone is not invalid because it's already tapped, the zone. We like our zones to not be tapped, like it's already a rule. So untapped zones, the best. It's looking like we can potentially turn bearish here. Usually I do get more trades than this. I picked a pretty dry month again, but hopefully we can just start picking up trades again. Alright, so this zone is actually valid right here. Well, never mind. I guess we came really close to this zone, but we do have this demand zone here. Definitely not the best, like I said. I like to be in trends, as you know, but trend doesn't matter on the 5-minute because the moves are so small. But since we're going for 1 to 3, I still like to be a little bit in trends. But I'm still going to consider this trade. It's not like I'm not going to take this trade. It is a nice trade, nice level of liquidity, nice movement to the zone. Pretty much here, I mean, pretty much everything here is pretty clean. And we're also coming off a small ass key area, but that doesn't matter. So entry right here, let's see what happens. Could have also go from an aggressive flip entry right here, but since I did not see that, so I'm just gonna go like this. So yeah, optional close right here. I mean, it is getting really like, I mean, usually I like my setups to go straight to TP. I don't usually like waiting long for on the 5-minute time frame for trades to happen, to take profit, but I'm just gonna hold this trade. Let's see what happens. Yep, so as you can see, this trade lost, but again, definitely would have gone break even at this point. I mean, as you can see, we have this move up, then we have this move down. Would have most definitely probably closed our live markets closed just over here at break even. But as I said, I would have like continued to trade. But after seeing this kind of thing, as you can see, this candle right here, I would have definitely closed right after that. So basically would have closed just as this bullish candle closed, which was slightly above my initial entry. So it is still like 0.1% win, but I'll just count it as a break-even trade. So my iPhone storage got full, so my camera just was off, but I'm back now. A few gigabytes left. Let's see how long I can actually last with this storage. I had another trade right here. As you can see, supply zone right here. I mean, I was talking to the camera, so I did miss this, but it is a nice trade. Would have entered right here. Stop loss just over here. As you can see, one candle liquidity had a nice fake out right here. We're extremely bearish, and a 1 to 3 I believe was hit. Yep, a 1 to 3 was hit once again. At this point I just want this video to end because I'm getting pretty tired now. But yeah, another 1 to 3, another win. So let's just continue. We actually had another setup right here, but to be honest, I mean, one candle liquidity with a fake out, all that, but it's just not a trade I'll probably look for. Reacting from supply, still kind of bearish, so this is optional. I mean, underlying markets, I mean, still very bearish, moving from this strong push down, reacting from that supply zone. Initial entry right here on this small bullish candle was not even that good, so probably should have gone for a breakup candle here, but still would not risk for a breakup candle if this setup is not even A+. So entry right here would have been even worse, but I would not take this trade. But let's see if this still wins or not. This is not in consideration though. Yep, as you can see, that's the exact reason I would not take that trade, because it just lost like that. And there goes my storage again. So I'm going to be back testing without a camera footage anymore. I mean, sorry you can't see my beautiful face anymore, but yeah, that's how it is. While I'm back testing, you know what you should do? You should probably like and subscribe, bro, so I can buy myself more room for my phone so I can record videos, because I don't have any room anymore, unfortunately. So like and subscribe to support me so I can buy maybe a new phone. Yeah, thank you, and let's just keep back testing in it. So yeah, we had this setup, but once again, it is valid. Like, this liquidity is too far, but you can also consider this as your liquidity, and this like kind of taking out its own high, but it's definitely not A+, maybe not even B, probably like a C setup. But let's see what happens. It is a good place to turn bullish, but I have a strong feeling that this just won't win. Looking at my analysis, maybe not. Gave a literal really good entry right here. I mean, a re-entry, and just hit a 1 to 3. I mean, you can actually see how insane this strategy is. I mean, trades that aren't even that good are literally just winning, and also proof that this is a random replay bar mode. So I'm not like just picking the best month ever. Also another supply zone here, but this is actually something I would not take anyways. Reacting from supplies, I mean, reacting from demand zone. Liquidity is just not good. Liquidity was basically already taken out, as you can see right here, taken out, moved down, and then moved to the upside. And also you got stopped out anyways if you took this trade, but you also could have taken a re-entry, as you can see right here, and a re-entry would have been right here. But I believe, looking at this momentum, this trade could definitely win. Well, I'll take that back, because this just started consolidating and went to the upside. Also a trade here, but again, would not take this trade. I mean, as you can see, liquidity is not the best, just a few candles, but this is actually kind of a structure. So liquidity is valid, but this structure, I mean, this move to the zone is just not the best. So not take that trade, and I'm just going to continue. Alright, so I think we reached this bottom zone just right here. I don't believe it went through it. Actually, never mind. My bad, y'all. I went through it. But there's a zone right below this, which I'm interested in, most likely. I mean, coming back to the zone wasn't good, but taking out this high, liquidity is great. So let's see if we get a reaction from this trade. No, never mind. Alright, skipped. I misclicked my stop button, so I played it out a bit too fast, but this is a nice setup, I'm not gonna lie. This is a setup where an example is that I would take this trade. As you can see, the trend is not even that bearish anymore. As you can see, we took out this high, we disrespected this supply zone, and also on higher time frames, this move down usually wants to correct itself, like maybe create a top wick. So it would be a nice trade right here. Also a flip entry. I mean, even if it was a direction close, probably would have already hit. But a flip entry on this trade, as you can see, and a 1 to 3 would already been hit right down over here. So another win. Hopefully we can get a losing trade now, because, you know, just want to end the video now. I mean, there was a setup here, but I think this was just news, to be honest. I mean, it just looks very volatile. But yeah, not even a good entry here anyway, so probably not enter on this trade. And this is probably news, so not a trade I'm interested in. Alright, I mean, I was literally just looking at this setup and I still played it out a bit too fast. So let's see. Let me just put the position out real quick, and then I'm going to analyze the trade if I would have taken this. So yeah, this looks good here. As you can see, disrespected supply zone, nice like gap in front of the zone, nice reaction from the zone, nice level of liquidity, took it out just right over here, took it out highs 3 times. Not a good like strong break of structure, but it is pretty good. It's still like valid, of course. And we're obviously coming from this all the way back demand zone here. I would not take this demand zone, of course. I mean, look how big this structure is. But since we're coming from this demand area, I will definitely start looking for buys anyways. So this is another valid trade and another win. So another 1 to 3 trade here. Yeah, the 5-minute has been crazy right now. Like, I'm just gonna end the video as soon as we take a loss, because this is getting really long and not as expected. But I'm just gonna end the video right there if we take a loss. This was invalid now, closed inside the zone. Also, this would be a good time to say that I have a free Discord as well, community, where we talk about this strategy. So join that, link in the description. And yeah, I mean, if you want to learn more about this strategy, but most people who are watching this video are already in the Discord, and this is just a video to help people learn the strategy. Okay, I'm just gonna end the video here because, wait, actually let me analyze this trade first. But I was just about to say this could be news, like institutions or something like that. If I find out this wasn't news, then this is a valid loss. So I'm gonna be right back. All right, so this was 28th of April. 28th of April at 9:30 a.m. I believe. Yep, there was no news and this was a valid loss. So actually, wait, let me just check a few more things. Yep, to be honest, it is a valid trade. It isn't the best trade, but it is a valid trade and I definitely would have taken it. So this is a valid loss. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the future video.